If you've watched our show for a while, you know we love to spotlight unique artists, like the one you're going to see in our next story. Miranda Cohen travels to Burns, Tennessee, where she found a fabrication artist creating magical creatures in his own backyard.
The forest is picturesque, tranquil, and calm. It is the perfect place to find a giant whimsical chicken, a fully costumed barnstorming monkey, or even a colorful turtle taking in a good book. This is the Grit Shop, the creative home of renowned fabrication artist Brian Somerville.
My business is kind of built on people needing big, crazy, weird things, and a lot of times at the last minute. I've wanted to be an artist since I was a kid. I was always one of the kids that drew a lot or created stuff out of cardboard.
After grad school, Brian Somerville began working on large-scale sculptures and fabrications, bringing his vivid drawings to life in 3 dimensions.
Fabrications is more where I'm taking their idea and their design and creating it. So a lot of times there's artists or businesses or organizations that have an idea or a seed of an idea and they want to make it into something and they just need help making that idea into a 3D physical reality.
Brian honed his skills on large projects for the Great Wolf Lodge, zoos, theme parks, and even Oz right here in Nashville. And he found great success in the world of larger-than-life creations. He will draw, sculpt, paint, create, and recreate until every detail is perfect. And like many great triumph stories, he learned a lot about himself and his art along the journey. And when he opened his own studio, he named it the Grit Shop.
I've kind of always struggled through projects and kind of hit or miss. I've failed at a lot of things over and over and over again and learned a lot from those failures, and I think a lot of times the only thing that's gotten me through was the grit, the grit of working through and figuring things out and doing things over and over again.
Now his work is sought out. No doubt you have seen some of his fantastical creations all over the volunteer state.
I worked with an artist from Franklin named Corey Basil, and we did a big 12-foot tall fish boy sculpture for the Sounds stadiums. One of my newest ones is a public art sculpture that was all my idea, all my fabrication, called To Tame a Beast, and it's a pirate ship on the back of a rhinoceros with a lighthouse on the top, and that's at a public sculpture garden in Germantown.
So Brian, this beautiful turtle is going to go in front of a library, right?
Right.
And if you look at it, it's gorgeous. But then when you get up close to it, you see all these little hidden details. What are these drawings within the shell?
I had the community had kids do little drawings, and so they sent me all the kids' drawings, and I translated them into carvings on the turtle. Those drawings were so exciting and innocent and just great drawings. And so the idea is that when kids come to visit the turtle, it's kind of a little scavenger hunt. If they had submitted a drawing, they can look for it somewhere on the sculpture and try and find their own artwork integrated into the piece.
He is excited to collaborate with new clients and collectors through the Grit Shop's website and social media. He is a master at bringing unique ideas into towering reality.
I work with a lot of different materials like ceramics, fiberglass, foam, metal, wood. Recently I've started using a lot of sculpting concrete, which is a really fun material. And I'll usually sketch out an idea 50 or 60 times before I actually make it. And I do that for a few reasons. One, it's super easy to make changes on paper. It's a lot harder to make changes when it's 10 feet tall and made out of fiberglass. My work has always been a little more graphic, a little more cartoonish, a little more fantasy. I really kind of figured out over the years that the best way for me to be authentic as an artist is to make what I enjoy and what I think is interesting. I hope people just think it's fun and interesting and maybe spend enough time with it to see some of those deeper meanings that I put in that are more social, political, cultural. I like building work in layers, both conceptually and physically, where there's kind of a meaning and then there's a deeper meaning and a bigger meaning. And then physically, I like making work that there's the piece, and then there's kind of another story within the story, and then a little story within the story, and just kind of little things that people can continue to find.
Hey, how'd you like the story? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoyed it, we have a lot more where that came from. Here's one you might like. And please click here to subscribe so you'll know when we premiere new videos. Thanks for watching.